Hey everyone, what I've got here is a great tutorial on mining rig rentals. What I'm going to do in this video is show you how you can buy hash power on a service called miningrogrentals.com. This is a fantastic service. I've only been using it a day or so, but I'm very impressed. And what I'm hoping to do in this video is give you a better understanding of how you can buy hash power. Now you can lease your rigs here, and that is something that I'm sure many of you want to do, but it's not something I'm going to show in this video. I will touch upon it a little bit, but by and large what I'm going to be showing you is how to rent hash power from other people and rent their hashing power from their rigs. This is an alternative to NiceHash. Just like NiceHash, you can sell your hashing power to NiceHash, or you can buy and you can buy from well, you can buy from a number of different scripts here: Ethereum, Bitcoin, Zcash. And this is a NiceHash alternative. I looked into mining rig rentals because it's one of the main competitors, but I spoke to a few people and they said that I should try mining rig rentals instead of NiceHash. They said it's better. I haven't tried NiceHash. I've mined with NiceHash, but I haven't bought hash power from NiceHash. So this isn't a video about which one is better. Maybe this is something I can talk about in the future, but right now my experience from a buying point of view, from a hashing power point of view, from renting hash power, my experiences with mining rig rentals. So first things first, this isn't going to be a short video. This is, you know, this has been recorded for people that have got cryptocurrency mining rigs or people who want to buy mining power. It's not going to be a short video, so please sit down, grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea or something, and I'm going to be showing you step by step exactly 100% exactly what you need to do to get up and running with mining rig rentals. But you know, you will be very happy to see that it's very easy, guys. It's very easy, but I thought we'd break it down anyway, just so there was no mystery about it. So here we've got it here, miningrogrentals.com. They accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum and Dash. Now you can earn in any of those currencies, and you can also buy hashing power in any of those currencies. Now you've got two columns here: why rent rigs from mining rig rentals, why list rigs with mining rig rentals. Now I've got some mining rigs over there. I get around just under 12,000 sols, you know, for Equihash, for Equihash coins like Z Classic, Bitcoin Private and all that. I've got 30 GPUs, and the question is, why would I rent someone else's GPU mining rig? Because, well, I've got GPUs, and why don't I just put my money to other cards? But there's a lot of reasons why I would buy hashing power. Firstly would be to take advantage of a certain situation. If you're mining a coin and you notice that the difficulty is low and you can accumulate a lot more coins than normal, then normally if you're, you know, if you're just mining yourself, you're limited by the equipment that you've got. So for me it'd be 11,800, but if I came across a really good opportunity to mine more, then I could rent someone else's rig and accumulate maybe double the number of coins that I would in any other day. But the other reason is simply the fact that I can rent anyone's rig, and I can mine using any algorithm. My NVIDIA cards are pretty good in certain types of algorithms, notably Equihash, but you know, there's other algorithms as well. It does well with X16R, the new Raven algorithm, but there's a lot of algorithms here which are better for Antminers, that may be better for AMD cards. I can't mine all of these algorithms, not effectively anyway. I would actually lose money with a lot of these algorithms. So in theory, what I could do is rent my rig out to mining rig rentals, and then I could you know, accumulate Litecoin or Bitcoin, and then I could use those funds to mine another coin that I wanted to, perhaps a CryptoNote coin, perhaps an X13 coin. It gives me the flexibility to do that. Now, of course, alternative to leasing my rig to mining rig rentals, you obviously you need to do the numbers here if you're leasing to them, to someone else, but you also have to look at mining your own coins, mining coins yourself, trading them, and then just simply trading for Bitcoin or Litecoin and then depositing into your miningrogrentals.com account. That is an alternative option. I'm not going to say which one is better. I would say, generally speaking, it would be better. It depends. It depends. It really does depend, because there might be certain situations where leasing makes you more money, and there might be certain situations where, you know, mining other coins and trading makes you more money. I'll leave that calculation to you guys, because it is something it's kind of evolving. It's something that changes over time. So as far as why, you can read this here, why you would rent from mining rig rentals, but I was talking about that there. I could mine a lot of different coins through this service. Very, very useful, especially because my rigs are kind of limited. Now, as far as leasing, I'll just kind of, this video isn't about this, but I just want to touch upon, if you were to lease, if you were to rent your rig to someone else, so for example my rigs over there, I could rent them to someone else on the other side of the world and they could use my equipment to mine other coins. Then you go to the my rigs area, you click on create new rig and you go through this process. This is not something I've did yet, and I'm just so used to mining myself, I'm not sure it is something I will do because I'm so used to investigating my own coins. But it is there if I want. I can rent out to other people and then maybe accumulate money, and then I can use that money to rent someone else's rig. Another one you've got here, my rentals, and you can see here I'm right now I'm renting 17 rigs. I rented like 20 last night. I've got 56.21k worth of hash rate. Now, to put that into perspective, my equipment costs like £12,000 or something like that, and I get like 11.8k, and that's 56k. So I'm renting a hell of a lot of equipment from lots of different people, 17 different rigs in total. And you can see what's completed, and you can see previous rentals as well. Now, here's the good thing about this. You can go through all your different rigs. I'm not sure if the colours here are coming on right, but you can see most of these are green here. This is the advertised hash rate. This is the average hash rate. There's the price I paid. There's the start date. There's the end date, and also tells you the start time and end time, right? So this is all useful information, and this is a great thing. You can actually go through afterwards and check everything is okay. But if I had to look at the red one, and here's why I really like this service. If I go and I check there, summary, you can see the hash rate I got. It was advertised at 1.45, but you can see this part in orange here. I didn't actually get that. I got 1.29, and this is obviously a big concern for a lot of people. A lot of people would be worried that they're not going to get the hash rate that they bought. But you can see here it's done. I rented it for 6 hours. And you can rent anything from 3 hours to like 96 hours. It's up to you. The rental ID and all this. The Equihash is the algorithm. And see down here it says refunded. This is the great thing about this service. I really, really love this service because of this. This is all automated. Because one of the biggest concerns about renting from any service, be it NiceHash, be it anywhere, is the fact that you're going to lose money. But they advertise 1.45 kilohash per second. If you don't get it, you get a refund, and it's all automated. It's excellent. I really do like this. And I actually raised a few tickets last night. I was just asking how it all worked. You can see here, I was asking some questions. Some of them are fully refunded. This one says, why did you cancel the rent? That was actually a rig I rented, and for like half an hour it was zero. And I asked, I contacted them about it, and they cancelled it. Obviously this guy didn't know that was going on, but yes, it was cancelled. But you can see there's a few other rigs, and automatically 1% or whatever was refunded back because I didn't get the hash rate that I was promised. So in that regard, sponsored by Volvic as always, guys, in that regard I really do like it. Support seems, obviously I'm just basing it on the support that I received last night, but I love how this all works, how it all ties together. It works really well because, as I said, the biggest concern with something like this is the fact that you don't get the hash rate that you've advertised, that you've paid for, and it's going to be returned to you. So you can see here the historical hash rate. Now I'll look at this. We're looking at these graphs a lot, but you can see here the red dotted line is the advertised hash rate, and then the blue line is what was jumping up. And obviously you can see it was a little bit below, and that's why I got a refund. And then you can see the duration, and you can actually, I think you can go, all right, okay, yeah, you can zoom in there as well if you want. And you can change the date, etc. I believe. Yeah, or you can down. Oh, I didn't know that part. Sorry. I thought I was going to change the date range. You can actually download that as an image or PDF. So yeah, it's amazing. I've been using this a day or so, and I just love how it all works. You can see create a support ticket and all that. So that's the first part of this video over, as far as giving you an understanding of what this service is for. You can rent your rigs to someone else, or you can rent rigs from people, and you can rent their HashPower, their equipment, to mine the coins that you want. So what I'm going to do now is show you how it all works. I'm going to actually set up a mining rig setup. I'm going to rent HashPower. I'm going to show you how all of this works. In fact, I'll move this down a little bit so you can see the navigation area. It's very, very easy to do. You can see here, if I go down, I'm going to rent Equihash, Zcash coins. You can obviously mine any coin, and you'll see a lot of different coins down here, a lot of different rigs down here, sorry, like, and you can see the hash rate and all that. Now, we're going to look at that in a second, but we need to rewind in a second, because what we want to do first is set up a profile, and we want to set up some pools. We want to set up a profile for what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to assign some pools to it. So, at this point, what we need to do is rewind a little bit. I'm going to be testing a new coin, a new address. So I didn't want my stats to be mixed up from addresses I've been mining already. So I've generated a new address, and I've decided to mine Safecoin to show you how this works. The reason being, I've been mining this because it's not on exchange yet. So this is what I was playing around with last night. It's not on exchange, but it will be soon. Now, the two pools that I'm going to be mining is Equipool and Mining Speed. Now, you can see here, this one has got a graph already. You can see here, what time is it? 7 minutes past 6. Or you can see it here as well, 7 minutes past 6. And I started this like, not 15 minutes ago, basically. I started this 15 minutes ago. And it's to show you that this is working. To show you that I've not actually started any mining yet. What that is a test. And this is, before you do anything, before you set up a profile, before you set up any pools, you need to test. And if you see here, you can see here, Safecoin Equipool MRR test. This is a test. And the reason I'm doing that is because I needed to check that everything was mining okay. And this is something you have to do. This is something you have to do. Before you do anything else, make sure the pool, make sure the configuration, everything is all set up correctly. And if I jump over to my monitor, you can see it there. You can see this is what I'm going to be setting up. And effectively, what's mining here, I'm going to be setting this up here, this address up here. I'm going to be setting this up through Mining Rig Rentals. But right now, I've got it running on my second 1080 Ti in this PC. So I know that the pool configuration is working. I cannot stress how important that is, because you need to know that this pool is working. You need to know that it's all set up correctly. And when you know, when it's all been set up, when it's all been working okay, it's just a matter of copying and pasting the settings onto Mining Rig Rentals. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But the reason this is important is because I spoke to them support last night and asked them about this. And as I was saying before with the refund system, the refund system is great. It's all automated and all that. But you get a refund when the person leasing the rig doesn't live up to their side. As in, there's downtime, or they're not giving you the promised hash rate, the advertised hash rate. You've paid for, say, 10 kilosouls, 10,000 souls, and you only got 8,000. That's their fault. They advertised a certain price and you didn't get it. But if they provide what they should have provided, and you set up your pool configuration wrong, then that is 100% your fault. 100% your fault. And I fully support their decision to do that. If someone is, like for example, if I was leasing my equipment to someone else and they didn't set up their pool correctly, say they wanted to mine Monero or Litecoin, whatever the coin was, say they wanted to mine a particular coin, and I've got my equipment running, it's burning electricity. If they didn't set up the pool correctly, that is 100% their fault. So I think they handled this situation great. So I need to get a drink of water, guys. I'm sorry, I'm so dehydrated. So the part we're at now is I've tested the pool. You can see there, and you can see it's running here in the background. I know that this pool configuration is correct. And where did I get this pool configuration from? Well, I got it from the two mining pools. I got it from Mining Speed and I got it from Equipool. And Equipool is here, and you can see it's got a lot of different Equihash coins. And all you have to do is you go to start. It's obviously different with every pool, but you go to start here, then you go to Safecoin, and you'll see all the instructions here. It tells you the block reward, tells you the minimum payout, tells you the username, all the different ports here. So I've got a GPU rig here, 2048 difficulty. So I'm going to use that 5112. If I was using a lot of HashPower, I might want to use one of the farm ports instead, you know, for difficulty. Same with mining speed. Go down here, SafeCoin, start mining SafeCoin now. And you can see servers. There you go. That's all the information. You'll see this information in a second, but this is where I'm pulling all the information from. Very, very simple, guys. Now, if you don't understand what a lot of this means, and you're kind of lost with all of this, without being too critical, I think that at this point you shouldn't be buying mining power from NiceHash or Mining Rig Rentals. What you want to be doing is going back and learning how to mine with your CPU or your GPU. The reason I'm saying CPU as well, not because it's efficient, is because you can still test pools with your CPU. You're not going to make money, well, a lot of money. There are CPU coins, but you know, I'm babbling on there, sorry. But the reason I'm saying you can test any pool with your CPU, you can test any pool with your GPU, but you really want to learn how all of that works. You want to learn how pools work. You want to learn how the configuration works as far as setting up and connecting to a pool. So if this kind of information as far as connecting to servers is a little bit over your head, maybe do a little bit of a rewind and download something like Awesome Miner or something like that and learn more about mining to a pool and get all that side of it. Get a good grasp of that before you move on. But I'm going to assume from this point onwards that if you're watching this, you know how all of this works. So it's just a matter of moving ahead and renting some HashPower. So that out of the way, I'm going to go to pool profiles. Now you can see I've got some profiles already, but I'm going to create a new one. So name your profile. I'm going to cut right. So I'm going to mine SafeCoin. So I'll call it SafeCoin. Oh, I've got the caps lock on. I'm going to call it SafeCoin mining rig test. Very original. And this is important. You really do. You need to check you've got the right algorithm. So I've got Equihash Zcash. Now I'm going to save it. So next you've got select a pool. Now you can go to pools here, but I'm going to just add a new pool. And then you've got name, pool host, work name, password, etc. Now this is where all this information comes in. Now if you've, as I said, you know, if there might be some of you guys who like are unsure about this part, you really do need to test your pools first. So here it's asking me for name, pool host, and worker name and all that. But I've actually got all this information already. So if I go to my Awesome Miner, okay. So, in fact, if I bring this round, I'm trying to get this round for you guys. So I've got Awesome Miner here. And see this one here, this SafeCoin Equipool MRR test. That's what's running in the background. I know that pool runs because it's there. It's running in the background. It's running there. I know it works. So I'm going to copy the pool configuration for this pool, the one that's working, the one that's connected. So what I'm going to do, as you'll see here, and I'll jump over to my monitor. I'll take that away. Okay, so here is the pool configuration for that. That's the test. That's the MRR test. That's the pool that I'm actually connected to just now. And all I'm going to do is just copy it over. So I'm going to call this one. In fact, I'll just copy and paste it all. So as I said, this information can be found. Now, obviously, I need to watch that part. I don't need that part because that's there. All this information is over here as well. So this is where I'm pulling this information. I've tested all this already. I know this pool is working. At this point, it's just copy and paste. That's all I have to do. So all of that information has been copied over from Awesome Miner, and it's from there. So there's one other thing you need to do here. Now I know this configuration works, but the one thing I don't have yet is a worker name. Now I've got the name of the pool, I've got the pool host, which is Equipool in this instance, I've got worker name, and I don't need password, I don't need notes. But what I should do here is add a worker name. So you take your address, and obviously this configuration will be different for different coins, but with Equihash, you take your address here, put a period, full stop, whatever you want to call it, and then add in a worker name. So MRR test. So I'm going to call that MRR test, Mining Rig Rentals test. and then I'm going to save. Now, the reason I need to do that is because when we start mining, right here I've got main PC, because that's my main PC that's mining right now. Sorry, I'll jump over to this browser. My main PC is what's mining here. It's a 1080 Ti, and it's mining, and you can see the algorithm, the hash rate going up and down, and you can see the difficulty. But this part here where it says the grey is difficulty. Sorry, I'm being silly. You guys couldn't see that. The grey here is difficulty, but the blue there is main PC, and that means that's my main PC that's mining right now. So the reason that we need a worker name is the MRR test is so that when the HashPower, when I've rented HashPower, I can see, the performance of my mining rig rentals. So I need to make sure that I add a worker name so that I can track it. And you really want to add, there's no harm in adding a different pool name for each one, a different worker name for each setup and all that. Now, the next thing I want to do here is add add a second pool. Now, this one I'm going to add mining speed. I'm going to add mining speed this time. So I'm going to copy some things over from Awesome Miner. I don't need to show you that again because you know what it's all about here. But I'm going to do that. And the address we know is from here. Copy and paste is a beautiful thing. And I'm also going to call this one MRR test because this one would be on mining speed where we're checking the stats. So that should be okay. Now I haven't actually tested this pool, but this is just a test anyway. I've tested the Equipool one. You can see it's running. This should be 100% okay anyway because I'm basically just changing the address for a pool that I've set up already. But I'm going to do that and then I'll just call it. I don't know why I keep putting in an S there. Safecoin mining speed MRR test. I think, yeah. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now, I've added 2 pools, and if I move this around the way, I'll maybe add this back up here. Okay, so we've added 2 pools now, but we haven't actually added it to the profile. This is actually a mistake I made at the beginning. I just assumed that it was added to the profile, but it wasn't. You need to go down, Safecoin MRR test, add to profile, and you can see the address, you can see the port number. And then I've got Safecoin mining speed MRR test, add to profile. Now here's the thing, what you can do here is you can put mining speed as a priority, or I can put Equipool as the priority. I'll put Equipool, that's the one that I'm going to be showing you here. Now this is very, very important. Ideally what you want to do there is add about maybe 4 or 5 different pools, and then you prioritize them. The reason you want that is, firstly, if a mining pool goes down, so if, for example, Equipool goes down, the service isn't down, maybe they're doing an update on the server, they would move to mining speed and start mining through miningspeed.com or pools at miningspeed.com, safecoin.miningspeed.com. So if Equipool goes down, it would go to mining speed. Now I've only got 2 pools set up here, but it's not just a pool that could go down. A coin could also be down because a coin could be hacked. So if there was a problem with Safecoin, there was a problem with any coin I was mining, ideally what you want to do is have I think this is better to do this, is have a backup coin that also uses the same algorithm. So if you were using Kryptonite, you would have another, maybe Monero and then another Kryptonite coin. Here, I'm mining Safecoin. I'm mining Safecoin at Equipool. If the server goes down to Equipool, it will start mining at mining speed. But if both of them are down, it probably means because there's a problem with Safecoin. Maybe there's an attack of some kind, who knows. But this is where I add in a 3rd and 4th. And this is where I'd maybe add Z Classic, Bitcoin Private, or anything like that. Any other Equihash coin. If you don't do these steps, then you could lose money because you could spend $1,000 on renting someone's hardware. And then if an Equipool, if a mining pool goes down, or the coin is hacked, or any kind of situation, like bad situation like that arises, you're screwed because you're not going to be mining. And it's not the fault of the person who's renting you the equipment. It's just an unfortunate situation. So create fallback pools. That's what you need to do. Ones that fallback pools for the pools themselves. So a fallback, a backup pool, but then add another coin and then a backup pool for that. I think it sounds overboard, guys. It really does sound overboard, but this is the way that I have Awesome Miner set up now. And the reason I have it set up this way is because I know from experience, from using Awesome Miner for a long time now, is that sometimes a pool goes down, sometimes a coin just isn't working or something that day. That is why you need to have these backup pools set up. So please do that, guys. I really do encourage you to do that. Okay, so I can jump back over and I'll sneak in a little drink of water. So at this point, you should have a good understanding of what's going on here. I've tested my pool. I know my pool is working because I've tested it here. So it's kind of zero risk here. But I've set up the pools, I've set up the profiles, and you'll see why I did that soon. So what I want to do now is actually rent a rig. So we're going to rent a rig now. I'm going to spend some money, and you can see my money here. I've got 3.3 Litecoin here. If it loads up eventually. Right, okay, so you can see you've got Litecoin, but you've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, you've got Dash. Now, as far as rigs go, there are certain rigs accept money in certain cryptocurrencies. So, for example, a certain rig owner might accept payment through Bitcoin and Litecoin, but not Ethereum and Dash. Or someone might only accept money in Dash. So, the reason this, you'll see more about what I mean in a second. So what we're going to do is, you know, this is you now. You're going to choose your rig. You're going to choose the rig that you want to rent. This is where we are now. So I'm going to go to Equihash. And you can see here, pay with Bitcoin is selected by default. Of course, it's the most popular coin. But the reason why I haven't been depositing Bitcoin is because of the high fees. You know, the other day I was actually trying to transfer, I think it was like $45 is the Encash. And to convert it, to exchange it to Bitcoin, and then withdraw, I was going to lose like $6 or so. Litecoin, the fees are much lower, same with Dash. Ethereum's a bit lower than Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin's really slow as well. Litecoin, you only need 3 confirmations from your deposit and you're good to go. So if I select here, pay with Litecoin, the rigs will be different. And you can see a lot of different things here. Default available, what is that? Oh, right, okay, sorry, that's so there's filters here as well. I was wondering what that default part said. So you can see the minimum rental period and the maximum rental period here. So a lot of interesting stuff here. 24 hours to 72 hours. There's some ones that allow you to mine just 3 hours. Now, even though you've tested before and you've tested that your pool works, if you're still want to verify that everything is working okay, it might be in your interest to test a pool for just a few hours that doesn't have a high hash rate, so that if your pool isn't set up correctly, then you're not losing a lot of money. You can see here, you can actually, so say for example, like the minimum is 3 anyway, but I could, for example, put there 8 hours, show rented, right. So I wouldn't want to show any offline, and I wouldn't want to show any rigs that are rented because it means that I can't rent them just now. But I'm going to remove that just now because I want to see some rigs with 3 hours as well. So you've got this RPI here. In fact, if I go over here, I'll maybe see it better. Can you see that now? Yeah, I'll move my webcam. The webcam always gets in the way, guys, doesn't it? So, is that showing? Oh, why is the webcam always going to... Right, I'm going to just make that disappear. Right, there we go. RPI, Rig Performance Index, is an algorithm that indicates how stable the rig has been performing. RPI is a metric for both rig owners and renters. There are a few situations that affect RPI if the rig goes offline frequently or the advertised rate is too high. So you'll see these scores below. And what I would say about all of this is don't be too scared to rent something that isn't 100%. In fact, you'll see that most of them are in the 90s green. If it's, you know, above 90 and it's green, it's probably okay. But what you can do here is you can see the hash rate. So say, for example, I needed to send a huge amount of hash rate. I would lean towards the mega rigs, the mega farms. That's, you know, but these things are really, really expensive, like 2.6 Litecoin. You know, that's like $400 odd just for 3 hours. These are big rigs, but you can search by low hash rates as well. Now that's if you really don't have a lot of money, you might want to do that. But I recommend searching by price per kilohash per day. This will give you the effective rate of each rig. This doesn't take into account hash rate. You still need to look into that. So I'll go down here and I can see that's new. So maybe I don't, I can check that out to show you what it's going to show you. So this is a new rig. You can see that was offline there. This would probably be okay, but what I'm going to do is, this one is the same price, super firmer. So what we're looking at here, well, firstly, you can see that this was rented before, but it's available now. You can see the rental history. That one there was red. I assume at the time that someone, that the rigs went off. For whatever reason it went off. Maybe they had a power cut or something. But you can see that it's red there. That guy would have had a bad return and he would have got a refund. Sometimes they've a description there. And it will say, set your difficulty at this level. If not, it might not work. But really what you're looking for here is a better idea of what's going on. You can see here, the advertised hash rate is 2 kilohash, but right now, over the last 5 minutes, it's been getting 2.34. The last 15 minutes, 2.23. The last 30 minutes, just change there, 2.1. So this guy's actually giving you a better return than, what you're actually paying for. So that's really, really good. So this is all we do now. So as I said, this one, I'm going to pay in Litecoin. So minimum hours for this one is 24. So that one's 24. So I'm going to just show you one with 3 hours just now. I'll find a 3 hour one. So there's one there, 3 hours. See how this one performs. This is basically how I'm breaking stuff down. Now this one, you can see here, this one was offline. Now that doesn't mean that, something bad was wrong. He might have just not been leasing to many rig rentals. It is better though to see what the hash power is. But there might be a legitimate reason to be offline. It could have been performing upgrades. It could have been, you don't know what's been happening. There's another one there, but ZEC2, I imagine that's going to be similar if he was offline there. Yep, he was offline. I might have been doing upgrades, might have been offline. So here's another one. So look at this one here. And again, look at the same thing. 2.66, 2.83. He's advertising at 3. He's not been getting that, but over 30 minutes average, he has been getting that. So let's go with this guy. Let's go with Equihash 24.7, the way he's described it. So minimum hours is 6. So I'm going to click 6. 6 hours I'm going to rent this rig for, and there's a 2% renter fee, and then I click rent now. Now, this is where you can add your pools and things like that, but what I'm going to do is, remember I've got to set up the profile, is just apply SafeCoin MRR test, apply profile. It should add it. There we go. So because I've set up the pools before, I've applied a profile. Now I didn't have to set up a profile. I didn't have to set up pools. I could have did this all here. But if you do it that way, you're going to be entering the same information all the time. Setting up a profile saves you a lot of hassle. And again, if I had set up, I really should have added some backup pools in case the coin went down, Bitcoin private or something, or any other Equihash coin, just so that if the coin is attacked or anything, I'm not losing money. That's something I need to actually set up myself, and my other rigs, because I didn't do that earlier today. So again, I can push mining speed to the top if I want. I can change the order of the default profile. You can add it to favorites and all that. You can see the statistics and all that down here as well. Rental history, no description. And when you're ready, when you're happy with the way it's set up, instant pay now. That's it. Now, that's all you have to do. You don't have to enter a password. You don't have to enter anything like that, because you do all that when you log in and you enter your sign up when you log into Mining Rig Rentals. I don't know if I clicked that. Did I click that? I think I did, but I'll click again. Hopefully that's not a double payment. There we go. Right. So right away, you always see this where it says 0.00 hash per second. Do not be alarmed. Do not be alarmed. That's because it's not up and running yet. You can see it there. The hash rate is going up now, and what we're going to see is this hash rate is going to go up. So you can see different things here. You can check your pool configuration. So at any point, even when it's being rented, I can change to a different pool. I can delete a pool and add another one. You've got so much flexibility. You basically get as much control as you have. Not 100%, but pretty much you can do everything that you can do with Awesome Miner or with whatever mining software you've got. It's very, very good. And it's communication. You can actually speak to the rental owner. And, I saw that there. Can you can I know why you cancelled the rent? And I was actually surprised he sent that because his rig was off for half an hour after I rented it. And then there's the rental and rig details. You can see the different, these are all different rigs for his farm. So he's obviously got different GPUs here. You can see that he's using B miner. He's not using DSTM or CC miner. He's using B miner. That's something I probably should have checked before. Not, you know, because certain ones give you different hash rates, but it's all relevant, I guess. Suggested difficulty. And then we've got the summary. Now, if I refresh the page, we might actually see something there now for that average hash rate. That will change soon. That will change soon, so don't worry about that. So as you can see, the actual steps to do this are very, very easy. Very easy. So going back here, now you can see right away, I was getting 600 and odd, you know, sols or 700 sols with my 1080 Ti. You can see there, main PC. But you can see, look at right away, if I move this away, sorry. Right away, you can see this orange line, which is Mr. I keep saying Mr. Why do I keep saying? It's because I'm saying MR. MRR test, Mr. Test. I really should have just called it Mr. Test. MRR test. And you can see the average here is 700. But if you look at now, I'm now getting 1.26. Now, I have paid for 2.41. Sorry, I paid for 3. Sorry, I paid for 3 kilowatt per second. So, before I was getting 0.7. I should increase up to 3.7. But you can see here just now, it's not there just yet. It's going to be added soon. When this gets up and running, it should, you know, it averages out. But as I said, you don't have to worry about it too much, because if I'm not going to get the hash rate that's advertised, I will get a refund. It's all tracked. So you can see here that the hash rate is going up, and this will continue to go up until I get to, you know, the point where I should be, because it just went up there again. And MRR test, not Mr. Test. It's got the speed now, speed average and all that. This will change over the next few minutes, because, you know, this is just the same as mining with any other coin. Now, I haven't actually been paid for this address yet, because I only started here, which was like 30-40 minutes ago. But you can see that I've got 1.75 safe, immature. So I'm waiting for those blocks to be confirmed down here. When those blocks are confirmed, the payment, the money will be sent directly to my wallet. But you can see here, this is it. It's working, guys. It's working. So from here now I could go and rent another rig now. Very, very easy. Same process. Pick a rig. That one says 6 hours. I'll click 6 hours, and then I can go rent now. It says it's the exact same process as before. But as I said as well, I can go to my rentals. Before I had 17 active. Alright, one's actually ended whilst I was doing this. That's why that's happened. So what I want to look for, remaining. So yeah, this is probably a bad example trying to show you this, but basically my rig is in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. What's the actual? Has that got the ID there? Yeah, it does. So I'll find that there just now. But essentially, let's see, way down the bottom there. So you can see right now this is in red, which isn't good. But don't worry too much, because you kind of need to let that run. You kind of need to let that run. I've seen some ones that are red or orange, and then, you know, 30 minutes later they're green, and you're getting a fantastic hash rate. You need to look at the average. And as I said, it's kind of no fuss, because you're going to get it at the end anyway. If you don't get the advertised hash rate, you will get a refund. Don't get me wrong though, you know, if this stayed and I wasn't getting the advertised hash rate, I'd maybe want to contact them and get a refund and use the funds for another one, especially if time was of the essence as far as to take advantage of something. But don't freak out if you don't get the advertised hash rate right away. Give it a little bit of breathing space, maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes or so. So clicking on that just takes me to this page, which is the exact same page here. I can see my hash rate and all that. And unfortunately, I do seem to have picked one where the average hash rate is incredibly low. Incredibly low. So, that's not good, of course. But again, I can't jump to conclusions yet. I really need to let this run. But basically what would happen is, if after the advertised time, and you can see here, I think it was 6 hours I picked, wasn't it? Yeah. So if after 5.9 hours, 6 hours, if I don't get this advertised 3 kilowatt kilohash per second, 3,000 sols. If I don't get that, I will get a refund. But if you look at different rigs, in fact, I'll pick a different coin, NeoScript, I'll see what they've got there. So if I pick this one, you'll normally see that the hash rate, you know, it goes above the advertised rate and then it goes below, and it's the average that you need to look at. So this one as well, this started below the advertisement line, and then it went above it. So quick summary, guys, a quick recap, if you will. Drink of water first. First thing you need to do is obviously to sign up to Mining Rig Rentals and get an account. But you need to know what coin you want to mine. So don't go in there blind, just mine any coin and go, yeah, I'll make money. You really do need to do your research. It's no different from mining with your own GPUs. You need to do your research, and the effective rate of it'll cost you more obviously than, you know, the effective rate of going out and buying a GPU. Long term, you'll be cheaper buying the GPU, but in the short term, there's a lot of benefits from renting from somewhere like NiceHash or Mining Rig Rentals. So again, first thing, what do you need to do? Well, the first thing you want to do is set up your test pool. Set up your test pool and make sure it's working. You don't have to have, if you're sitting there and you've sold all your GPUs, or you just don't have them anymore, or they're broken or whatever, you should still know how to set up a pool. You should know how to configure a pool. I'll go over here so you can see me. So you need to know how to configure a pool and make sure it's running. And as I said earlier, CPU mining Echo Hash is borderline pointless depending on the difficulty. But normally it's not advisable. It's not really worth it. But you can start, if you don't have any GPUs attached, if you just want to test something, you know, there's a legitimate reason just to test it as well. Like if I'm downstairs on my laptop and I'm not accessing my GPUs, I could just test it on my laptop CPU. Test that the pool works, and test that you're connected and everything is okay. Because then after that, all you're going to do is copy and paste. So you've tested your pool, your configuration is all great, everything is hunky-dory. Then you go to your account, and my advice is to set up a pool profile. And from that pool profile, set up your pools here. Set up your pools, and I've only added 2 here, but ideally you would maybe add a backup coin with another backup pool. You can add as many as you want. I think I don't think there's any problems there, and have a few backups so that in a very worst case scenario, because as I said, if their rig isn't working, you get a refund. If they're offline, you get a refund. If they get an electricity shortage and it's not on, you get a refund. You get an equivalent refund depending on what you bought. You get a percentage. But if the pool isn't configured correctly, if it's not configured correctly, it's 100% your fault. If a coin is attacked, might not be your fault personally, but it's not the fault of the person leasing the rig. Or if a pool goes down and they're doing upgrades, if Equipool was upgrading their exchange or something like that, then it's not the fault of the person renting the equipment. So set up your pool, your main pool, set up your backup pool, and then set up your backup coin with a backup coin backup pool, if that makes sense. Once you do that, you just go through, you find your rig, you do your research, you look at how many hours you want, and there's pros and cons with this. Ones with small hours, you can extend it, but sometimes some of them only limit it. You can see here, this one allows you to do it for 96 hours. Some of them limit you to 24 hours. Some are 60 hours. Some are like that one only says 6 to 12 hours. You need to remember as well, these people sometimes only rent them out sporadically because they're mining their own coins. But you find the rig that you want to rent. You go through, you find it, you check the hash rate. Yeah, that's all good. Rental history. Check the description. You can see, oh, there was a red one there, but yeah, I'll be okay. And then I'm on Bitcoin just now, and I just put in 12 hours. There's the price in Bitcoin. Click rent now. When you've done that, you go through, and then you just add your pools and just do what you did before. Do what I did before. Make sure that pools are in the right configuration. Put one higher if you want to change it. Add a backup pool if it wasn't added to your profile before. The profiles will save you a lot of time though. And that's it, guys. That's all there is to it. And you can see here. So again, what I was saying before, my rentals. If I go back to, is that still there? Yeah, this is what, right. So, okay. So this one's still here. This is what I've actually bought, and you can see here the average hash rate is 2.08, and we saw that it was really low at the beginning, but over the last 5 minutes, I'm nearly at 3, 15 minutes, 30. So it's still a little bit lower, but bear that in mind, because right now you can see here I'm actually getting 3.16. I'm getting over what's advertised. So you can see the line here, that the line's actually changed colour now, and once again I'm putting this webcam in front of you guys, I'm sorry. But you can see the line here, Mr. R test, MRR test. So you can see here 3.1 kilosouls, and you can see the immature there. But these shares will convert to blocks down the bottom. Once those are confirmed, they'll go to leave immature and go to your wallet. It all works really well, guys. It really works. This is the thing, guys. Because I can't talk about NiceHash, but I have seen a few people saying that mining rig rentals is better. I can't say with any confidence that is true or not, but I've seen a few people saying that if you don't do NiceHash right, you can lose money. I don't see how you can lose money with mining rig rentals as long as you follow my advice. As long as you pick the right rigs, you pick the coins and the pools that you want. You obviously have to monitor difficulty and things like that. And, you have to look at the network hash rate and the difficulty level to see whether it's worth your while. If the hash rate for the network for the whole coin is very high, then it might not be worth your while. You need to do your sums, you need to do your calculations and all that. That goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. But I just love the way this is set up. I haven't came across anything yet that went, oh, I wish it did that. It seems, they seem to have tied up everything. It works really well. Support seems really good. I guess I'm still in a honeymoon period, call it that, because I've only been using it a day, but I've been very happy with it so far. I might run into problems in the future, who knows, but I've been very, very impressed. I've been using it a day. I've spent, a couple of $100 on it. In fact, more than that. I've spent like $500, $600 already. I'm very, very impressed with it. I really am. So, this has been a look at mining rig rentals. I've not showed you how to lease your own rigs, but as I showed you there, it's not a difficult thing to do. But you should now have a better understanding of how you can buy HashPower from miningrogrentals.com. Hopefully I've covered everything that you guys wanted to see. I did leave out a few things, obviously I've not showed you the settings, the balance area. I did show you that as well. You can mark things as favorite, and once again the webcam is covering everything that I'm trying to show you here. I've got settings, API keys, favorite rigs and all this, but there's a big help area here. You can open up support tickets, and there's a help center with lots of documentation. It's all there, guys. It's all there. So guys, there you go, guys. This has been a tutorial on how you can buy HashPower from Mining Rig Rentals. If you watch this through the whole way and you don't just kind of jump ahead, you should have no problems, mining through Mining Rig Rentals. I think that the whole setup, the whole way it's all set up is very, very easy to understand. But if there was anything you're unsure of, hopefully I've helped you. So thanks, guys. I really do appreciate you guys watching this. If you found it useful, please do leave a comment, share, or even subscribe to the channel. But if you're unsure about any part of it, of course, leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer you or point you in the right direction. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, take care.